This is Robert from Twin Peaks, and you're listening to Inspirado, Projecto. Got a light?
Last episode, you heard a conversation between Samantha Light and I. This episode is sort of a continuation of that. Bits. You'll hear bits of conversations with Sam and I. And when we visited I think it was called the Human Rights Center, or the Center for Human Rights. It was something like that. Or human awareness. It was something like that. And you'll hear us talk about our suspicions and our experience with it. So that's coming up this episode. Thank you so much for listening. And if you want to contribute around 3 minutes, 4 minutes of audio, you can call up the hotline, leave a message on the voicemail, free, toll free, 561-203-9179, or you can actually email that to inspiradoprojecto@gmail.com, and I'll put it on here. All right? Thanks.
Like 15 hours.
I'm now walking up Argyle Street. Meeting Sam at Cafe 101. This is kind of a steep street, not steep by San Francisco standards by any means, which we're not doing a comparison here. It is steep. In other words, there's a diagonal to this thing, and I've been noticing a lot lately, more and more homeless folks. You might have heard me say this. I don't know. More and more homeless folks. Who have been staying in tents. They've been staying in tents, and you're seeing more and more of this stuff. Some might call it urban camping. I don't know what you might call it. However, I think I'd much rather sleep in a tent. If I were to be homeless, I'd rather be sleeping in a tent than just sleeping out in the open. That's for sure. That's for certain. Plus, you got a barrier between you and the elements, of course. So, some folks have dogs. So the dog alerts them to a certain presence, if there is one. So, I just started thinking, how interesting would that be as if you had a bunch of people who are so dead set on sleeping on the streets in tents, and I just imagine all these people on this steep road in tents, and the tents just going slowly sliding down. I think what's interesting, ever since I started reading more about Pete O'Donoghue, I believe his name is, or O'Donoghue, he was part of National Lampoon, and I love it. That lady's taking the other side of the street. She doesn't want to walk past me. That's fine. It's funny. I do look homeless. I could look homeless. I'm passing by a tent right now. Here's a tent. Here's just a person out in the open. Oh, 2 strollers and another big tent. Interesting. There we go. Another synchronicity. Someone over there set up something else. And what's interesting, there's an embankment. Wow. This is another example of predicting the future in an unexpected way. In a possibly upside down way? I don't know. I'm not going to give it a specific direction. Multi-dimensional way. Multi-dimensional. So there I was. I had the image in my brain of homeless people in tents on an incline. On the incline on that street, out there in the open. However, what's crazy is the vision was fulfilled so soon after, and I don't even have my synchronicity stone with me. I don't even have the rainbow moonstone. That's what's so extra awesome about this. So, bam, there it is. Seconds after talking about it, I'm walking along. What do we see? We see there's a fence. There's a fence, and over that fence was the scene that I just described to you. A tent, a person just sleeping in the open. They're under a bunch of blankets, but I mean, my gosh, what do you do with the morning dew? What do you do with the morning dew? I mean, it's uncanny. And who knows what else is going to be created today. Samantha is one of my longtime collaborators throughout the years. Someone who's a brilliant poetess, great artist, sculptress. She calls the shots with her production company. So here we are near the Hollywood Hills Hotel. Right around here, I'm feeling, is the Cafe 101. So we shall see. I'll talk to you more later about this journey. So Sam and I just got out of the Humanity, not Habitat for Humanity, but it was the
Free Nicaragua? No.
Free Nicaragua.
Free Nicaragua. No, it was the Museum of Psychology, the History Museum of Psychology and Medicine.
Yeah, and it didn't say. At first, I thought it was some. It also said something about Museum of Death or something too, or something.
Yeah, but it's represented as being, what is it? The Museum
of Humanity. The Council of Humanity.
Of human togetherness of humans.
Yeah,
but basically what we just freed ourselves from was L.Ron Hubbard's fucking manipulation of.
You knew it right away.
Right away, I could smell it.
You could tell that brand.
It's well known.
Because they show you this various...
Screamed of L.Ron Hubbard. The font, and in a world where all psychology is bullshit, and nobody takes drugs because drugs are bullshit, and nobody has bad feelings because bad feelings are bullshit, and nobody goes to the doctor, and you certainly don't go to the therapist. You know why? Because therapists are bullshit.
They're bullshit.
That was basically the through line.
Yeah.
We just spent 2 hours watching like torturous in-house fabricated movies with faces of people wearing appropriate gear.
Yeah.
Entitled with titles that should be trusted titles such as psychologist, New Mexico.
Right. Psychologist, Massachusetts.
Psychologist, Arizona.
Psychologist, Hawaii.
Psychologist, everywhere you've ever been.
Psychologist, Nicaragua.
Psychologist, bullshit.
How many hours did we spend in there?
I think it was like 2.5 hours. I mean, I think we went in there around 1:30ish. What time is it? It's like 5:30. 1, 2, 3. It's like 3.5 hours, maybe. I mean, mind you, we did spend the first hour laughing our tits off. It was really funny, though. Your casual approach to that, that sensory deprivation chair.
Yeah.
Hey, you just kind of think yourself out. It's a great way to learn meditation.
Yeah, it's a great way. Why not just astral project, Sure, go crazy, but why go crazy?
I mean, there's a box over your head, and your feet are restrained, and your wrists are restrained, and you can't see anything, and you're strapped in belts across your chest, but you just, don't be such a pussy. Breathe through it. Just breathe.
Breathe through it. I mean, come on. I mean,
such a fucking baby.
Turn the channel. I mean, come on.
Yeah. What's the big deal?
What's the big deal? What's the big deal?
It's a great way to move on into learning how to meditate. But then you were talking about like the chair where they had to like spin you around 100 rotations in a minute, and you're like, oh, that could be fun. Yeah, for like 10 seconds. Until you end up vomiting a lung.
Oof. It's just so crazy that...
The films were so manipulative, though.
There's so much drama in the way in which it was delivered to us, too.
Yeah,
the information was just so intense. I mean, it was like explosion after explosion each time he talked.
Really manipulative, yeah. You know what's so funny, too, is because when I signed in, they were like, you know, what are your profession, right? Because that's one of their things. They want to know everything about you. And when I wrote... And I wrote director and human, right?
Oh, yeah.
Human being.
Yeah.
And I think you wrote I am as your profession.
Yeah. It's still recording.
But what was great was at the end of it when I came out and I was like, did you guys make all those movies in-house? And he was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I could tell. And then he's like, hey, we have DVDs for sale. You want one? I was like, no thanks.
Yeah, I could tell.
Yeah. When then he was like, do you want to make a donation? I was like, sure. And I gave him $5. And then he wanted me to sign, because they want to know who you are, where you are. They want all your information, your email, all that stuff.
Oh, boy.
So he wanted me to fill out the donation slip. That's why I was like, oh, you fill it out for me. It's donated on behalf of you. And then he was like, do you want a free DVD? And I was like, no. It's great that it has there, like, I make movies for a living, and I don't want your fucking DVD.
P.S. I could tell it was made in-house.
The font. It's like a 14-point.
You're like, I could tell. What'd you use for that? Windows Movie Maker?
Totally. What is that movie magic? What is that movie magic? Uh-oh, children.
What are you trying to use? Movie magic?
Children. We'll just put it out because of the kids. Just say no to drugs.
Oh, yeah!
You have plenty.
So how far down the rabbit hole did we go? What was the first room? Do you remember?
Yeah, that was the deprivation chair that you were like, just breathe through it.
That's right. That was the one. That was the first one.
I feel like
and then the ovary.
The ovary compressor, basically plunger. Basically the rape machine. Ovary plunger.
Oh. Ugh.
Wait,
ovary plunger.
The ovary plunger you said. Did you say plunger?
Yeah, it sounded really, poetic, and then also just terrible.
I mean, I don't know that
they were trying to plunge
poetic,
it.
Was it?
They were trying to plunge it.
Is it really poetic?
It sounded really good.
I feel like you might be giving yourself a little bit too much.
It's hey, some people like Warhol, some people like Da Vinci.
That shit's comedy, you know. Where's my phone?
Put that on your record player.
Yeah. That's a little rape harness.
Say cheese.
We call it Saturday.
We call it a vagina plunger.
Insane.
Yeah.
Right? A vagina
and
plunger.
yet these guys were officially just going ahead and saying that these people had these particular diseases.
Yeah, and hacking off clitorises.
Oh, yeah. Man.
And what else? Yeah, hacking off clitorises, cutting men's penises off. Shocking men's penises. Yeah. It was very much a manipulation of trying to convince us that the world of medicine, specifically psychiatry, was very much scheduled against us in a way where it's formulating some kind of like society control, which I don't necessarily disbelieve. You know, I do think big pharma and all that stuff and medicating and over-medicating and over-diagnosing and everybody's got a fucking allergy to this, that, and the other, and everybody has, a phobia. Acute
Oh, yeah. Acute loneliness?
No.
Acute...
confusion.
Acute confusion.
That was
it.
Like, it literally
acute
just
confusion.
Acute confusion. Like, I don't think anyone's really been ever diagnosed with acute confusion. You know what I mean? It was just like this idea of putting fear into everybody's minds that...
Yeah.
The world of medicine and everybody's against you. it was very manipulative. I mean, from the get-go, I was like, this is weird.
Yeah, because it was like, okay, what was the ultimate payoff for this? What was the ultimate motivation? Like, what was the
through line?
What was the thing that they were really expecting us to think at the end, kind of thing?
And what clued me in was there was never a moment of levity. They never let up, which tells you that this is trickery. It's constantly one visual of one side. Like, you calling yourself the history of psychiatry, then you need to talk about the history of psychiatry, not just the worst of the worst parts of it.
Yeah.
You know? A voice in one of the round table smartass is like, oh yeah, like the history of Hitler and the Nazi regime, and yeah, not all the bad stuff, some of the good stuff too. I mean, the good part, there was parties. No.
That was good stuff, too. That was good stuff. So I feel like it was a cross between binge watching a Netflix series in a sort of a haunted house. It was very immersive, I feel.
Oh, completely.
Like
I was interested in it. Yeah,
like
very much interested in it. But I was more interested in it not because I felt like I was going to be educated, but I felt like I was interested in this bullshit little tour that these people were trying to trick me into.
Yeah. Yeah, like they're already trying to come up with all the arguments against what you could possibly say about what they're saying.
It was obviously like it was battery. It was obviously...
It was battery. Mental battery.
There was never a time where there was any elevation to have an opinion that anything good could come from psychiatry. And as far as I'm concerned, any intellectual person that has like a thinking mind, there's no way anyone that has a thinking mind can go in there and not know that they're being manipulated.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is you're literally being bludgeoned to death with one perspective.
Bludgeoned to death is.
We were in there for 3 fucking hours.
Oh my God!
And not once did they let up and say, "But it's had some good effects on some people."
Right. It was
not
just...
for 1 single second.
Oh yeah, and they're like, as if you haven't heard of this perspective. Here's another one.
Right, yeah.
And then it
and
goes.
Here's all the Hollywood stars that are dead.
Oh my God, that are dead
because of overdoses, not because they're artists and they can't stop thinking about the trauma, but just because of the psychiatry industry.
Because now they're dead.
Yeah. Marilyn Monroe killed by psychiatrists. You know what? Dead.
Thanks a lot, Thorazine, motherfucker.
Thanks for nothing.
Thanks for nothing, Prozac. Hey, Paxil.
Yeah, he Paxil.
It
was aggressive, like their whole and again,
they were jabbing and just
they were just smashing you in the face with it every 5 seconds. But I think that's why Homeboy did the walkthrough, because he kept hearing us laughing.
Oh, was that him? He walked.
That was him. The coughing and the walking through. I was like, oh, that was him, because I think they kept hearing us laughing our faces off.
So were they there as sort of like the teacher who steps in the room?
I guarantee you they're at the front going, why are these people laughing? It's supposed to be traumatic and terrifying.
Students, you're supposed to be crying and feeling,
Well, we were supposed to be terrified, disgusted, and like all these like horrified, you know? And here we are literally laughing
unraveling
our faces off.
It's like, you see, so this reminds me of one of those They Live moments. You saw They Live,
They Live's amazing with the special glasses.
This reminds me of that kinds of things. Like we were looking at it through that kind of lens through the whole time. Like, okay, what's your modus operandi here? What are you trying to really, supplement my mind with?
I'm just going to do this in an easy way so I don't have to talk to these kids anymore. Oops, I don't want that.
A group?
I'm just going to send them a picture of my boarding pass.
This is a really cool scarf. This thing.
Thank you.
It's like it's got tentacles.
Yes.
You got tentacles on it.
Oh, look. I can even press my things.
Dude. You
like that face?
Oh my God, yeah. That's perfect.
Do the do-do-do. I need the do-do-do. I can't do it without the do-do-do.
You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of like the, what was it, Spike Jones, he did that music video out in front of that theater, and he had people just coming in and dancing.
Right. Yeah. That was for a music video.
Yeah,
It was for,
Praise You.
Yes.
And so while they're standing in line at the thing,
yes. It's so great.
That reminds me of one of those things.
I love that. It's so good. I need the do. It doesn't happen unless I get
dude.
Oh, go on forever.
Oh my God, that's brilliant. You know what I got to? You know what I got to do is put that on a loop.
Bucky Beaver.
Oh yeah, Bucky. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's another funny from Bucky Beaver.
All right, so let's think about this. What time is it? So I can plan so I don't have to think about it. So it's 5:55.
Which is triple synchronicity.
Right, let's talk about it. Ready? Coordination. Okay, my flight departs from LAX at 11:55 p.m. That means 11:55, 10:55, 9:55. If I'm there by 8:55 or 9:55, I'm good. So now it's 6 o'clock, 6, 7, 8, 9.
What are some good alarms that could be? What are some good alarms that could be left
I'm thinking perhaps I have to go back to Jared's house and get my bag, and that way I can have my stuff, and then we can eat, and then I can just go to the airport after I finish eating.
I loves it.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool.
You know what? In all honesty, I love it when a plan comes together.
I mean, who doesn't? A-team. Mr. T, that picture.
Ah, yeah.
All right, let me tell.
I took the photo of Mr. T, and I almost got in trouble. I almost got kicked out, man, for taking a photo of the hanging man.
Oh my God, we are on the same flight.
Check it out.
Check it out. Oh my God, except, fuck you. Look, we're on the same flight.
Dude.
Is that funny?
It's
These
just
kids that are staying at my house in New York are on the same flight as mine?
Like, isn't this crazy that we've been stirring the freaking synchronicities all day.
They're on the same flight as me. They could have left all day. They could have had flights tomorrow. They could have
on the exact same flight.
We finished yesterday. Yes.
So that would not surprise. Well, okay. So how cool is that? So first of all, earlier today we meet the woman that you worked with, and then bam! Now all of a sudden these dudes are going to be on the same flight.
Amazing. I'll see you at fucking JFK.
Wow,
LAX.
Wow, dude.
See you at LAX. Oops. Amazing. Oh, that was your illegal photo.
Yeah.
So that's why they don't want you to do anything either. As Scientologists, they don't want anybody to know what they're doing in there.
Well, you know,
they don't want anyone to know.
It's crazy.
Right, so let's go.
So when I came around the corner, I saw this boardroom with this big old table.
Yeah.
And it looked like something you'd see like in the Avengers or something, you know, like the big room where they all, or like in The Boys, where they all just sit at this big table, all the superheroes. And it was like, what's that? And then there was this quote up on a wall by L.Ron Hubbard, and I thought, like right at that moment, I received this lightning bolt, and I realized,
amazing.
Oh, yep.
Okay, I'm calling Jared, who's the person who's standing to tell me what's happening.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk more later here on Inspirado Projecto.
Hello.
It's coming out soon.
Number 9.
There's seriously 9 of those, Fast and Furious?
Yeah, 9 is coming. The 8th one and the spin-off just came out, Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw.
With,
Oh, that's a spin-off of it.
Spin-off,
oh
right.
My God.
So number 9 will be out next year, I believe.
Number 9.
So they could. Okay, so how far do you think they're going to keep going with this?
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
It's unlimited. So many spin-offs.
I mean, there's more cars, right? There's another car.
Look,
there's more people, there's more bad guys.
And there's all kinds of
more
more
bad
cars
guys.
being made.
There's different ways to save the world with fast cars.
See?
And they're making money.
I love
They're making money.
I swear to God,
Yeah.
I'm giving you a virtual hug that you just said there's more ways that you can save the world with a car.
I mean, who doesn't want to be a superhero driver?
Yeah.
Like, look at me. I got a Prius. I can save the world with this.
Dude,
See?
you're a total...
Amen, brother.
Dude.
You're saving the world right now.
You are a superhero.
You're getting me to Fred 62.
52, right?
62.
Yeah.
What is it? 62. Oh my God. I called you Vanessa. I said 52.
I know
This
what's
is not
going
gonna
on.
end well.
It's all right.
This is
I
not going
just
to end well.
It's okay. You can still be a superhero. You don't need to remember people's names to save their lives.
It's true.
They're nameless. It doesn't matter. Number 9, though. I mean, there's a thing. Is this a Christmas tree? What's all the lights? Oh, Scientology.
Oh, Scientology's been following us around.
Well, we've been following
us
it.
around town.
We've been following it. If you look at it correctly,
we've been following
it's been here.
That is correct. That is correct.
Yeah, correct.
We did. Yeah, that's right.
Carrots.
Went straight to it. We went straight to the heart. Straight to the heart.
Jesus. And have you seen every single one of them? Straight to the heart.
Go straight to the heart.
Everyone. Have you loved everyone?
No. I didn't love number 2 and number 3 because.
And yet you still went to number 4. So you sat through suffering. Tell me.
Number 2 and 3.
Yeah.
The main characters were not in it. So when Vin Diesel and the main characters came back, that's what brought life back to the franchise.
Oh, that's what brought life back to the franchise.
So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh.
Those were really good. And then A Rock came in. Then you had Jason Statham. And
damn, you are a fan.
Love it,
yeah. Yeah, you do. Now, can I ask you, what do you like about it the most? Is it because it is, like you say, that, saving the world through cars? So there's, to me, it says that you're getting some form of, like, there's goodness and a message in these movies that you like.
A moral.
Is that what's happening?
It's the action and adventure that I like.
Yeah.
It's not believable, but it is believable.
Well, it doesn't have to be. Well, the movies are made of magical.
Right.
That's what they're for,
exactly.
right? They're made to expound your imagination, have you think of, live in an imaginative world.
Right. That's why I said I can save the car with this bridge.
Well, yeah, you can.
But I like the action. I like the actors in it. I think they do a good job with it. It's like one of those cult followings. You just want to.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's part of a family. It is because it's things like that, or like Mad Men, or fucking whatever the series on TV that people. It's a way to have a group where you meet people in the street. Oh, I watched that show too, and you have a connection with another person that that's outside of yourself. That's a conversation point or a way to have something in common, right? So yeah. Well, it's like Star Wars. It's like anything.
Star Wars,
Yeah.
It's it's the same thing as enjoying the color pink.
It's always fun to be able to geek out on that.
Do you know what I mean? Like anything, though. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, I like apple pie. You like apple pie. Hey, we like apple pie.
There's something in common.
That's cool.
Break the ice. We can have something to talk about.
Exacto.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about it, and I've never even seen it. Goddammit, but it's brought us together.
It's brought us together.
This is a great song.
So,
I don't think I've ever heard this song and been like, I wish I wasn't listening to this song right now. I'm always like,
it's such a good one.
Song.
It is such a good one.
It's because it just reminds me of the 80s.
Yeah.
And it was such a fun time. Such
John
a great
Hughes
fucking
films.
Time. Yeah, and John Hughes times. Like, god damn it, that shit was good.
I had a guy in my car yesterday. He didn't know who John Hughes was.
Well, I mean, my goodness.
And you know what? I had
How old
Simple
was he?
Minds.
Oh, really?
Don't you forget about me.
Amazing.
There's no connection here.
Well, no, but here's the thing. You've been brought into his life to show him these things.
I love that. How cool is that?
I mean, Simple Minds,
Like a
fucking
wizard.
great fucking man. Like, well, we're all wizards, right?
Breakfast Club, right?
Yeah.
Or was it Breakfast Club or Pretty in Pink?
Oh,
All of them, they're all like impacted by all of that genre. There was Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles, Breakfast Club.
I mean the songs.
Oh, the
Simple
songs.
Minds.
Simple Minds, I think, was Breakfast Club.
Yeah, at the end, right? As they're walking.
Yeah. Wasn't it? Or was it? Yeah, it was Breakfast. No, it was Breakfast Club when they're in
Brekkie
detention.
Club. I think it was Brekkie
When they're
Club.
in
The
detention,
prequel.
remember? And they all like dance at like. That's when the Molly Ringwald came in. She was doing that silly dance. That
Oh
dance.
my gosh! Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the Molly Ringwald.
Oh my gosh! I didn't know that.
Well, now you do. Damn it.
Thank you so much.
Jesus,
I'm gonna edit to my
education.
repertoire.
Knowledge just flying around.
It's flying all
Here
over
we are.
town.
Oh my God, I've been here
it
forever.
is flying all over
Yeah,
town.
exactly. Over here. This is where we're going. And here. This is a great
62 the year of it, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Because of the way it looked.
exactly. It's
Skylight
a cool
books,
diner.
yeah.
Dude, the fucking Los Feliz Theater is an amazing theater. It shows a lot of odd movies. Not necessarily odd, but a lot of indie movies as well. Marriage Story is really great. Parasite was good, but it could have been 20 minutes shorter. Knives Out is really, really good.
Seen that already?
Yeah.
You like movies, bro.
Yeah.
She's all over. She does
Oh my
not
God,
go
she
to
loves
sleep.
this
She
shit.
does
She
not
loves
go to
this stuff. Look
sleep.
at her. She can't get enough of it.
Look at her. Get a good
Oh my
close
God,
look.
look at her.
Put on
She
your
loves
telephoto
it.
lens.
Yay. Thank you very much. Enjoy your night.
Thank you. Take care.
All right. Let's get some food.
Wowzers. Wowzers McFinstons.
Thank you.
Hello, love.
Hello
Do you want to sit at the counter?
Hello there.
Sit at a table.
Oh,
Sit at a table.
Oh yeah, I like it. I like it.
So, let's go.
Yeah. Marvelous.
Marvelous, I tell you.
Wow, man. You know what's so cool? The other place that we went to is there are all these photos of like all these
Old school stuff.
ye old
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
Hollywood
That's
stars.
It's funny, like, I remember this place being brighter than it is.
Brighter than it is?
Brighter.
Oh.
All right, so, what time is it? Shit, it's 8:41. So I have to leave, like, I have to be there. If I have to be there at 9:55, and it's 8:42.
Oh. So. I see.
I guess we're getting a milkshake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A hefty, big hefty
Big
milkshake.
milkshake.
Yeah.
Milkshake? Want to share a milkshake?
Yeah, we'll have a milkshake. Yeah.
Yeah. And
We'll
then
be
I'll-
on the safe
and then
side.
we'll be- Yeah.
We're here
How
at
long
Fred
does it take?
62 is about to have a milkshake.
Milkshake. Sounds
What
good.
kind of milkshake?
Banana sounds good, but I also don't. I love good chocolate.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with chocolat.
So let's see how long it takes to get to LAX.
So this place has various drawings of ye old Hollywood. And sort of the other place that we went to.
LAX.
Sort of the other place we went to, the Cafe 101. The numbers. If you add 6 and 2, that's 8. So keep that in mind.
Hey, that's true.
That's infinity. We've stepped right
That's
into
true. That's
infinity.
Fuck, terminal 2, I think.
We stepped
Delta
right into
Terminal 2. Let's see how long it takes to get there. 37.29, which is really cheap. Oh shit, look, if I leave right now is when I get there in time. I kind of have to leave. Look at this.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
I
If
don't
you
even-
leave now,
I-
if you
I
leave
leave
now, if you leave right,
We're actually talking, I think I may have to go because I may miss a flight. So I'm just going to take 5 minutes.
Okay.
But yeah, if I leave now, I get there at 9:45, which means I have to
yeah,
leave.
you've got to leave now.
Which means I have to leave.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, well, so here. Select shift.
Yeah.
But wait, are you okay to get home from here?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can get up.
That was amazing. You just came to see it. So this
Yeah.
is Fred 62.
This is it. That's right.
You love it, right?
We stepped into the eye of the vortex.
Right. And this was great. And now I get to go to the airport.
And we got a chance to see yoga that looks like David Bowie's face.
Great. Well, we had story time. We did a lot of story time. with
There was a
Jack.
lot of story time. A lot of story time. Whoop.
Amazing.
Where? Oh, sorry.
That was
Is there Uber
funny,
here?
though. That was amazing. Well,
Oh
how
my
come
God.
you
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's so cool to see you. Oh my god. You're such an extraordinary
I had
spirit.
such a fun time
You're
with
such an
you.
extraordinary
I'm so glad I got to hang out with you.
That was
though.
so much fun. We had so much great cosmic
I
conversation.
was like, I woke up and I was like, let me just see what Kurt's going, because I knew I was going to take a day off to see somebody, you know, because I always do that rather than just flying right home, because I've been here forever. So it was so good that I got to take time to spend time with you and hang out with you.
It was so great to go urban hiking and adventuring through the town.
Scientology Museum of Madness.
I can't believe it. You know, it was so great. Our intuition just led us into this thing.
Yeah.
We
And
even it looked like something
what was the
strange.
unusual things that we saw? The
yeah.
Gifts. What was it?
Unusual.
What did they call them?
Uncommon findings or something.
Something like that. Yes.
Yeah. It was
Something
like uncommon findings.
Something like that. Yeah. In the weed store.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my God.
Uncommon treasures.
Treasures. Uncommon treasures.
Motherfucking common treasures. Oh, drivers here. Where?
Is that the guy?
7 MDX.
Is that the guy? Who's that guy? That person? Oh.
Let me just call.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know where she is.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Fred62 has the new Impossible Sloppy Joe and Impossible Nachos. First time I met Samantha, we met at Griffith Park and we came here afterwards.
Well, I'm standing
It's
in
cool.
front of the restaurant, Fred. Hello? Ma'am, I have luggage. Where are you? If you...
Oh, this woman.
Hi. Yes, dude, it's okay. I see you. Yeah. I'll be right there. Okay, she's insane.
Okay.
Right? She's like yelling. She's like, I'm at the mountain. I have to go to the airport though. I can't kill it.
Oh
I have
my
to go.
God.
Oh my God.
My God.
And then what was that lady?
I can't wait to see.
Me?
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, you've had a wonderful time so far, reflecting new
Right, exactly.
new realities. Reflecting
Thank
new
you,
realities.
I got it. Thanks.
And you'll
All
be
right,
able to
babe,
do
I
the
love
same
you.
thing. You are so cool. Oh my God. Oh, you're going to have so much fun. It's going to be a good ride.
Are you sure you're good for me?
Oh, yeah. I'm good. Yeah.
I love you.
Take care. Bye. I love you too. Wow. This is so cool. Samantha Light. Off into the night. This was a really cool situation to be a part of, to see her again. Wow. I forgot what kind of a great rapport I have with her. We get along with each other really, really well. Wow, man. Well, time for me to find a way home. I will most likely order an Uber. That sounds good. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll check in with y'all later. Thanks for listening. I like to do all kinds of fun, creative stuff. I have a radio show. I have a podcast. I like to interview people out there out there in the street. Would you like me to interview you for my podcast? You might have some interesting stories that the world might like to hear.
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, if you want to.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
So, and now, you don't have to use your real name. You can use an alias, however, because I want you to be able to share what you like about creativity, what you like about driving Uber, all that kind of cool stuff. So, do you want to use your real name, or?
Yeah, you can use it. It's April Lofredo.
And do you have an Instagram you want people to find you at?
Sure, it's April Bunny 82.
And so, how long have you been driving Uber?
Probably for about 6 months.
And what do you like most about it?
I like to get to meet, like, different people. And I like that, since I'm new to LA, that I get to explore different areas of California.
Oh, so wait, hold on a second. How long have you been in LA?
2 years.
So you've been in LA for 2 years. Where'd you move from?
New York.
So, you're from New York.
Yes.
You come out here. What drew you out here?
To be honest, the weather.
So the weather, you liked the fact it was basically summer all the time?
Yes. The New York winters were really getting to me. I could not take being, like, stuck indoors for 6 months, and then the other 6 months, like, being out and about. Like, I was kind of getting, like, seasonal depression. So, I don't know. I always liked California. I always liked the weather. I always liked, that it was also a big city. And, my attitude was, if I don't like California, New York's not going anywhere. I could always go back.
It's true.
So.
Plus, you never know who you're going to meet or
exactly.
where you're going to go. And being an Uber driver, it seems to me like that's a perfect way for you to be able to explore areas that you never expected to ever drive through.
Exactly.
And to meet all kinds of interesting stories coming through.
Yeah.
You're great at asking questions, actually.
Yeah.
So maybe you'd find yourself in a position of maybe having your own podcast or your own talk show. You were saying before that you have done acting before.
Yeah.
Huh?
Done plays, done, stuff like that. So,
have you had ideas for your own plays before? Or written your own?
You know what? I never written my own plays. But I've done improv, which is a lot of fun.
Improv. Where'd you learn your teachings from? I love improv.
Oh God, I forget his name.
Did you go to Second City?
No, it was out in West Hollywood, at the shelter that I work at, and this guy would come and he would volunteer, and we would do improv.
And what'd you like most about improv?
Oh, I like that it could go, like, in any direction. Like,
yes.
Like, you could start off, the scene, like, one way, and then it could go in a totally another direction.
Yes. What do you like most about the improv aspect in terms of the way that people cooperate with each other?
I think it's cool that, like, nobody really knows, like, what direction you're going to take it in, but everybody could just, like, very easily go with the flow.
Do you feel that with that kind of mindset, you feel free to contribute your own ideas?
Yeah. I think out of, like, any type of, like, acting that I've dabbled in, I like that improv the best. Because it, you do have a lot of input with your ideas, and it can go in any direction, and I like that a lot, that you could kind of set the scene.
There's that that ancient phrase which is beautiful, yes and, where you accept what this person gave you and you just keep diving deeper into it.
Yeah, I like that.
If you found yourself in crazy places, up on stage with people who are so fully to commit to something that you're just like, oh my God, we just turned this could have totally been a movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. And I love situations like that where it will go, like, in a totally, like, crazy direction that you never thought it was gonna go in.
Yeah.
And everybody's just kind of going with the flow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
So it's great, like, when you know that when you contribute an idea, you know that others are going to gather around it and add on to it and grow it. It's such a great feeling when everybody understands that.
Oh yeah, and I think there's something, like, kind of, like, childlike about it. It's like a bunch of adults on the stage, kind of acting out this make-believe, like, scenario.
Right.
And, you know, I kind of feel like a kid, like, when I do improv again. You know, when you're a kid and you're acting like out like a scenario or a situation, or like maybe like for instance you're playing house, it very much reminds me of that, and you know, kind of brings me back to like, you know, being a kid playing.
Do you like to read books?
So.
There's a new improv where I should say there's a book out called Ensemble.
Okay.
And it's a really thick book, and it's great. It gives you the history of improvisation,
Really?
and the idea of ensemble work, the importance of working with each other up on stage, where everybody's heard and appreciated and amplified. You know, all those great things of improv that you come to know and love,
Yeah.
and participate in.
And what's the book called?
Ensemble.
Ensemble. Okay.
Yeah, so just keep your eyeballs out for it, because
Yeah.
I've been reading it, and whoa, man, it's
Yeah.
just so great when you just see the love that these people had in
Yeah.
creating these theaters that were ensemble based, and it's amazing when stuff like that happens. Now,
Yeah.
have you ever started up your own sketch troupe, your own sketch comedy troupe?
No, I haven't.
Because what's fun is you start with improvisation, and then you create scenes from that, you know, and then that becomes what you do for your sketch comedy. It's really interesting.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, some friends of mine used to do this at a restaurant called Capriccio's way back in the day. We were paid in pasta.
Really?
And so,
okay.
yeah,
that's
so
not,
after-
that's not a bad deal.
Right, no. So after the karaoke, there was like a little tiny stage there we had with wigs and crazy clothes and stuff, and so we would do free improv for the audience.
That's
and
awesome.
it was just the craziest thing. And then having the audience participation was another great thing, because we'd sit down at their tables and communicate. Oh yeah, this one right here. Thank you so much for the and then once again, how can people get a hold of you?
It's April Bunny 82.
April Bunny 82 on Instagram, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna send you this
All right.
podcast and even link with you.
Awesome.
So you can find it. April
right.
Bunny 82, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Take
Have a
care.
great night.
Thank you. Bye. It's cool. There you go.
Hey, Inspirado Projecto, this is Man Behind the Machine. Wanted to get your thoughts on internet censorship, whether or not you've experienced censorship in the past or currently on Facebook, Twitter, social media, what your thoughts about it, if any other people that you know have experienced internet censorship, what do you think it looks like these days with everything being interconnected? I'd be curious to hear about it, since Man was deleted 32 times on Facebook group, and there's a long list of topics that we've discussed, from Aristotle to Plato to virtual reality, artificial intelligence, Commodore, Atari, computer science, history, art, history.
Thank you for that astounding question, Man Behind the Machine. As far as I know, I haven't experienced any censorship through any of the projects that I've created. I'm sure if I was how does that phrase go, rabble rouser? Or is that rebel? Is it rabble or rebel rouser? Rousing up the rabble. Rousing up the rebel. Rebels rousing up the rabble.
You're a rebel rouser.
Is it rebel or rabble rouser? I've always wondered about that. Rebel rouser?
I think it's...
Because what's rabble?
Rebel rouser?
Rubble rouser? Rebel rouser.
That makes more sense.
Rebel rouser. Not to be confused with a rabble or a rubble rouser. Or a rabbi rouser. The rabbi rousers. That's great. Like a bunch of rebel rabbis. The rabbi rousers.
That sounds like a comic book.
It does.
Rebel rabbis.
Yeah, the rebel rabbis. Keep your eyes.
It's like chasing down Jewish people, making sure they're eating kosher food. And
That's
stuff.
right. That's right. The rabbi rousers. The rebel rabbis. Always making sure. Always making sure. Keeping close lookout. Maybe they base their decisions on a dreidel. They spin the dreidel, and that gives them their answer. Kind of like a Two-Face. Two-Face has the coin, but these guys have the dreidel. The rebel rabbis go, zzz, they spin the dreidel, and it tells them what they do next. The dreidel hath spoken. So, luckily, I haven't caused any censorship issues for any of my projects yet. I don't think I've seen anyone try to delete any of my stuff, or are you implying that you've had your own stuff deleted? You've had your own comments deleted from places? I've heard of this kind of thing happening a lot. I think a lot of this stuff can go in all kinds of directions. I'm sure if I ran and operated my own social network, there would be certain things that I'd want censored, certain things that I would prefer to not be put out there in the world for people to see. I mean, if you create your own social network, in a sense, one would think in your brain you're thinking of a utopian society. Or I'm thinking, if I were to create a social network of, utopian society, something that's kind of elevating the minds. And if you got rebel rousers, then you're going to get some different types of information coming through. Maybe the censorship stems from political beliefs. Maybe it stems from religious beliefs. Plus, whoever is paying you to put that information up there. I mean, maybe there's a particular political system that's going, hey, guess what? We need you to mostly put up this kind of information or to take down this kind of information, because if you don't, then we're not going to give you X amount of dollars. There's all kinds of little tiny things. But I've never experienced, as far as I know, I have not experienced censorship. So I'm really fortunate with that. I try to keep my stuff family friendly. Sometimes it doesn't get to be so family friendly. Sometimes there's some swearing in there. It depends on who the guests are. So speaking of censorship, I try not to swear on here. However, sometimes, depending on who my guest is, sometimes I might end up swearing along with them. For my radio show of Inspirado Projecto, people can swear on there. I try to keep it family friendly. Same thing for the podcast. Sometimes you hear people swearing. I try not to censor that. However, I might if I only knew that I was shooting for an audience of 10-year-olds. I'd probably really make sure that my language is altered, and I try to keep that in the back of my brain. Try to make it as easy for all to ingest, and that's not to say to make a show generic and try to please everybody. It's not saying that. It's just not going out of my way to offend. Not going out of my way to offend.
It's happened a couple times.
Sometimes just by stating your own opinion, you accidentally offend people. Okay? I mean, that's what's just going to happen. You're going to get people who prefer to listen to country, and if I say something against country, you're going to have people up in arms going crazy about country. If I, I don't know, make a comment about how I prefer classical music over punk rock, for instance, or something like that, then people could go crazy about anything these days. So I try to keep it clean and friendly. Where have you been censored, man, behind the machine? Where have you been censored? All right, I got to get back to sound check here with Yächtley Crëw. I'll talk to you guys more later. I've just been informed that some patients are known to have as many as 21 or more sleeping pills just so they can sleep at night. And this is just incredible to me, because it makes me think that each pill okay, so let's say on the slow side, that'll take you 21 minutes to swallow each one of those. You drink your water, bum, 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 bum. Maybe some people are really good at this point. They could get them down in 5 seconds. Bam, 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 bam. 5 seconds times 21, whatever that is. It's like, still, taking some time out of your day. What I was thinking was, what would be great is you just open up the pills, you put in powder for them, you put into a smoothie, you get a nice little glass, bam, you put it into a smoothie, chew, drink it down, there it is. It's fast, it's quick. So that's my prediction for medications in the direction in which they're shape-shifting. I want to record this important moment in history here for Inspirado Projecto. Projecto. So what does it feel like, Paulie, to be involved with such a shenanigan?
Well, I feel like I kind of have the sways like on the 311 cruise. I know we're not out on the we're dockside, as they say, in the industry, but still, I feel the sway of the ocean and its effects.
So even though we're docked, even though we're docked, you still feel the sway.
Isn't Doc?
You feel the sway of the ocean.
What's Doc from Back to the Future have to do with our gig tonight?
Marty, we're at the dock. And I'm the doc.
It's your future.
It's your future, Marty. Marty, hop on the... It's your kids, Marty. Hop on the DeLorean.
Yeah.
What about roads? You're not going to get enough for the roads.
What's so interesting...
You're supposed to say roads.
Roads. Marty, where we're going, we only got yacht rock, Marty. We only got yacht rock up here.
Ain't that the truth?
Ain't that the truth, Doc?
Oh, look, Jack Nicholson just showed up.
Hey, ain't that the truth, Doc? Marty, we must be in an alternate future. Where do we end up in this? How do we end up in this hotel, Marty?
Hey, Jack, this is Christian Slater.
Hey, Christian, are you trying to get free Yächtley Crëw tickets off me again?
Sound like you.
Now, Christian, they say flattery is the best imitation. Now, I couldn't say it better. Because I've been trying to imitate Elvis this whole time, believe it or not. Would that be great if Jack Nicholson has been trying to imitate Elvis this whole time and it was just a very, strange take on Elvis? Ain't nothing but a hound dog. Hey, Doc, ain't nothing but a hound dog.
One more.
So what do you feel about the fact that we're here at Universal Party, Paulie?
I think that it's...
What does that mean to you?
I think that it means that the universe is on our side.
Ooh, I love it. The embedded command.
It means that Andy Gould is going to work some magic tonight.
Ooh, what kind of magic do you think Andy Gould's going to do? What's your prophecy?
Well, first he pulls a bunny out of his hat.
Yeah.
And
first
then...
he pulls the bunny out of his hat. Yeah. That's the first part of the magic trick. Second part, he rides a unicycle.
Mm-hmm.
Backwoods.
You can do magic.
They could say you're the one who can't put up the flame.
Magic.
This is Universal Music, dude.
Music.
This is a big company.
Music.
They've signed the biggest acts, dude.
Wowzers, man.
We're in the big leagues, gentlemen.
Before we know it, we'll be making records, music videos. I mean, just imagine anything that could ever imagine. Ooh, let's say the Muppet Show comes back and they invite Yächtley Crëw to play on there. Could you imagine us playing with a whole bunch of Muppets?
That would be. You know what?
Oh
my God.
Forget Howard Stern.
Everybody's dead. They're all
Sesame
dead.
Street. We could be on Sesame Street, dude.
I was on
imagine
Sesame
that.
Street. Did I tell you that?
When you were a kid, you were on Sesame Street.
Chazaroo is telling his
When I was a
experience of
kid,
being on Sesame
like,
Street.
They sing that song every
Yeah.
day. And the kids are all running down the hill. I'm one of the kids.
Yeah! Wow!
Wow!
Oh my God! Can you
one of
tell
the
me how to get to Sesame
And
Street?
they show me
Oh
up
my
close
God!
for literally 2 seconds.
Oh my God! This is
running
incredible.
all by myself.
We've been in a
Oh
yacht
my
rock
God.
band with a celebrity.
Oh my God!
He's
totally
a true
have
celebrity.
Oh my God! We have a true
That's a
celebrity.
true, 100% true story. I'm going to try and find the...
I love this.
footage
Were
and
you
I'll
ever on
send
the
it to you.
Bozo show too?
that needs
Didn't you tell me you were on the Bozo
that
show?
needs to be on the Yächtley Crëw
But I
reel.
was not
God,
on
it's
Sesame
incredible.
Street. That whole thing was filmed like in Eagle Rock in the hills. There was no Grover or...
But you brought about.
You don't have
You
to tell
brought
it.
about.
Chazaroo.
My dad knew the guy that supposedly was doing the show. And
Oh my God! This is
Don't
incredible.
tell the ladies that it wasn't actually Sesame Street. Just tell them you were the Sesame Street. Yeah.
It was.
we gotta go.
He blasted it, man, dude. He was a founder, if you will, of Sesame Street. Just as he's a founder of Yächtley Crëw, he is a founder of Sesame Street. Now you're going to go with us through the crowd right now. Here we go. We're going right through the crowd. Get ready. Are you ready for Yächtley Crëw? Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Here we go. Here we go. Hello. Hello. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gracious. Oh, my goodness. We're gonna play yacht rock soon. We're gonna do it for you. Cut a left. One would think it zips around to the right, but no, siree, Bob. It cuts around to the left. Look at that. It's your pal, yeah. It's your, yeah. And your other pal, Jack Nicholson. One pal. Oh, look at this. We've entered the room. We've entered the green room. All right, okay. We will talk more later. This idea popped into my mind. So I saw Jamba Juice, and then that made me think of jambalaya juice. So it's a place where it's basically they mix together a jambalaya. Like whenever I think of jambalaya, I think of what are the other ones? Jambalaya, gumbo, jambalaya gumbo. What are those other ones? You know, where it's just a hodgepodge of various food stuff. Anyway, jambalaya juice. So it's just all the stuff you'd normally eat, like in a jambalaya soup or what have you. But they just blend it up and do a hot smoothie. Do a very hot smoothie. Don't have time to sit down and eat your Thanksgiving dinner? Well, let us blend it up for you. From the makers of jambalaya juice comes Thanksgiving liquid. And now it's time for another delicious episode of Thanksgiving liquid. Yeah, hi. I'm curious, what kind of Thanksgiving liquids do you have available here for us now? What kind of Thanksgiving liquids do you have that I might want to test out? That I might want to put the pedal to the metal How do I do that? How does that happen? When can I embark upon such a quest? How is that a possibility? Everybody wants to know. Everybody wants to know. All right, folks, there we go. Jambalaya juice. Jambalaya juice. Get it while it's hot.